Ozark Highlands Radio is brought to you by the Ozark Folk Center State Park in Mountain View, Arkansas. A wonderful way to enjoy yesterday. On the web at ozarkfolkcenter.com. And by Stone Bank, a community bank supporting entrepreneurs and farmers nationwide with loans guaranteed by the USDA, SBA, and Farm Services Agency. Learn more at stonebank.com. And the Arkansas Arts Council, empowering the arts for the benefit of all Arkansans. On the web at arkansasarts.org. And by the Committee of 100 for the Ozark Folk Center, preserving Ozark folk culture since 1974 through music roots, craft apprenticeships, and the Heritage Herb Garden. Learn more at ofc100.org.
Howdy, folks. This is Dave Smith, host of Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome to our show. This week, another road trip episode as Ozark Highlands Radio visits Rogers, Arkansas Railyard Live Concert Series, featuring Americana trio, The Gary Lawrence Show. Our producer, Jeff Glover, offers a recording of our old friend Elliot Hancock, and writer Aubrey Atwater discusses the folk song, The Old Woman and the Pig. That's this week on Ozark Highlands Radio. This week, we're back at the Railyard Live Festival in Rogers, Arkansas, to hear music from the Gary Lawrence Show. Blending elements of ska, funk, and indie rock with Americana and true folk themes, the Gary Lawrence Show is truly an Ozark original. Here are 4 of their songs.
On a journey to an answer, why couldn't be my friend? Wound up stranded in a trance on bended knees. Cold metal folded in my hand. I found my face in a falling stretch of timber. As my eyes took their shape, weren't as young as I remember. I carved to find what's inside. Little shavings of pride will float like feathers to the floor. I love to watch the shade fade as the light cuts through the crevice. As I lay my blade, I carve a wrinkle above a smile. I'll brush the dust away, hold it high in admiration, let it shimmer in the moon's illumination, share the sweetness of the sunlight. I carved to find what's inside. Little shavings of pride will float like feathers to the floor. And I'll take my time to smooth hard lines. Little shavings of pride will float like feathers to the floor. Well, I've been waiting long for the rain to come. When I hear that sound, I just let my tears fall down. I can't shake this numb. Try too hard to figure out my wrongs. The healing seems to take too long. Well, I stall again, fighting intentions of making all my problems solve with no defense at all. Until that pain leaks from my eyes. From my eyes. From my eyes. Thank you. wrapped up in something. Well, it's always been getting you down. It's always been dragging you round. Oh no. Boom, ba-dum, bum, yeah. Boom, ba-dum, bum, da-da-da-da. Come on now. Boom, ba-dum, bum. Well, I see you standing on the sidelines, and you're wondering, when will it be my time? Well, don't you fret, it's coming around. Oh my goodness, looky there, here it comes down. I said it ain't much to ask about, like a feeling when your buddy come to help you out, and it's all right now. Soon as you got mad, he come to settle you down and said, come on, I know you better than the sad song stuck in your head. Fly on, I love you, won't you hand me that weight and try smiling instead, yeah. Boom, ba-dum, bum, yeah. Boom, ba-dum, bum, la-da-da-da-da. Boom, ba-dum, bum, come on now. Back in that wood shack, the night and day grinding, the getting your groove back. Well, something ain't right, man. Yeah, the bones in your fingertips, they're showing by now. Don't you fret, you got to get it all lined out. Oh yeah. Boom-ba-dum-bum, yeah. Boom-ba-dum-bum, da-da-da-da-da. Boom-ba-dum-bum, come on now. Boom-ba-dum-bum. I said, don't you fret, it's coming around. Oh my goodness, looky there, here it comes now. I said it ain't much to ask about, like a feeling when your buddy come to help you out, and it's all right now. Soon as you got mad, he come to settle you down. He said, come on, I know you better than the sad song stuck in your head. Fly on, I love you, won't you hand me that weight and try smiling instead, yeah. Boom, 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 yeah. Boom, 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 da-da-da-da-da. Boom, 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 come on now. Good old buddy song, right? Thank you. She was a sly-slit woman, and I hate myself for getting all wrapped up in all of this. Bitter chimes whip up when I spill my head, thinking all bad thoughts on the memory. Well, I fall right back into the motion of love, and with her soft words humming magic in my ear, my soul finds comfort in giving in. Well, it's all right. We caught feelings lost in fun. Our nose bleeding, had us dreaming and running from love. We got all numbed up. We were tugging on each other's hearts, not giving a damn where the blood would fall, and getting off on the rough stuff. She had a night addiction and a list of bad intentions, ribbon noose hanging loose from a ceiling fan. Her knuckles busted from a bus, mustered up from a concussion, getting rough, got battered up by some other man. She stays hiding in a life with a monster of emotion, keeping distance like an ocean, never meeting sand. She would shine in the sunlight with pride in her dark side and moss-covered feet and ropes in her hands. She said it's all right. We caught feelings lost in fun. One nose bleeding, had us dreaming and running from love. Got up, and up. We were tugging on each other's hearts, not giving a damn where the blood would fall, getting off on the rough stuff. It's all right. We caught feelings lost in fun. One nose bleeding, had us dreaming and running from love. We got up, and up. We were tugging on each other's heart, not giving a damn where the blood would fall, getting off on the rough stuff. Thank you.
Eureka Springs, Arkansas band, the Gary Lawrence Show, playing 4 of their original songs. In that first set, we heard Carve, The Importance of Crying, The Buddy Song, and Left Side Hollow. We've got lots more from this talented group, but when we come back after this break, let's head down to the vault for a visit with our producer, Jeff Glover. You're listening to Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome back to Ozark Highlands Radio. This is that time of the week when I head down to the vault for a visit with Jeff Glover. Come on with me, let's go down.
Hey, Dave, how's it going today?
All right, pretty good, Jeff. Good to see you down here.
You too, sir.
Yeah. Hey, you know, this is our Railroad Live show that we're doing this week from Rogers, Arkansas, and recorded in the rail yard in Rogers. I assume that's where the trains used to go through town. I know there have been thousands of songs written about trains, and I just wonder if you have a favorite that you got in your vault down here.
You know, I recently ran across a recording of a railroad song that I've never heard of before.
Really?
Sung by a gentleman who was actually worked here at the park way back in the 70s, a guy named Elliot Hancock.
Oh, yeah, I knew Elliot well. He was the program director here for years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, I'd never met him, but I did know that.
And a wealth of information. He came here from Virginia, actually, and he knew an awful lot about old songs and folklore.
Yeah, and this particular ballad is called "The Fate of Chris Lively and Wife."
You know, that's a song I don't believe I've ever heard either.
I've never heard it. I'd never even run across it before, but it's a good recording of him singing it, if you'd like to hear it.
I'd love to hear it.
Listen, friends, and I will tell you a story. It is one that is sad to relate. And it happened at a place near Pat's Junction that Chris Lively and wife met their fate. What a mistake he made at the crossing when he drove the wagon on the railroad track. They were killed, engine crushed, horse and wagon, and it's sad to know they never will come back. good people, take warning as you journey along through this life. Every time when you see a railroad crossing, just remember Chris Lively and wife. What a mistake he made at the crossing when he drove the wagon on the railroad track. They were killed, engine crushed, horse and wagon, and it's sad to know they never will come back. Now it happened at a place near Pat's Crossing, and they're gone to return nevermore. 'Twas the railroad train that killed them. Lives were crushed out by train number 4. What a mistake he made at the crossing when he drove the wagon on the railroad track. They were killed, engine crushed, horse and wagon. Now it's sad to know they never will come back.
Oh, that's good old Elliott, all right. A fine singer and a good guitar player.
And it's a unique ballad. I've never heard this one before.
I have not either. I'm amazed because I've heard a lot of railroad songs over the years.
Well, I'll send you a copy of it. You can add it to your repertoire.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. A lot of these railroad songs, first couple of verses describe the wreck. And like in the wreck of Old 97, at the end, the verse before the last verse is take warning. You know, and the wreck of 97 does the same thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of these songs, this is how the news got out, I guess. But whenever something spectacular would happen, like the wreck of the old 97 or this wreck with Chris Lively and wife, somebody got hold of it right away and wrote a song about it. Because that was the days where if you wanted your news, you heard it on the old radio, and that was about it.
Yeah.
No internet in those days.
Very good. Well, there you go.
Thank you very much. You answered my question.
Yeah, Elliott Hancock singing The Fate of Chris Lively and Wife.
All right, see you next week, Jeff.
Yeah, bye, Dave.
Let's get back to some more good stuff from the Gary Lawrence Show. Along with his acoustic guitar and colorful vocals, Gary is joined by Dylan Caldwell on bass and Benji on percussion. For this performance, Sophia Clark of the band Eureka Springs joins in on vocals.
I guess it's been a good time when we all get together. I've been carrying the weight of my heart on my head. These chemicals and long nights, enough to cause a tough soul to wither, battling to keep shining bright and only burning dim. Well, ain't it a thing we're bound to lose sight? Shame on me, I ain't been doing things right. It's a pain keeping faith and holding petty pride, or hanging on. I guess I'll pack up all that I own, go out and light it all up until it's all gone, and then I'll cruise to a sad song until I'm back home. About the bus with all the screwed up stuff I'm screwing up. I hate to think that I might hurt someone. Pain can rough you up and make you act all tough and bottle up and get to stuffing up your knuckles for fun. I guess I'm losing my mind and now I'm losing my love. I can't say I ain't been trying, but it's never enough. And people talking in the ear of some girl. I guess I'll pack up all that I own, go out and light it all up until it's all gone, and then I'll cruise to a sad song until I'm back home. Yeah, I'll pack up all that I own, go and light it all up until it's all gone, and then I'll cruise to a sad song until I'm back home. Ain't it a thing we're bound to lose sight? Oh, shame on me, I ain't been doing things right. It's a pain keeping face and holding petty pride, or hanging on. Yeah, I'll pack up all that I own, go out and light it all up until it's all gone, and then I'll cruise to a sad song until I'm back home. Yeah, I'll pack up all that I own, go and light it all up until it's all gone, and then I'll cruise to a sad song until I'm back home. I guess it's been a good time when we all get together. I've been carrying the weight of my heart on my head. Chemicals and long nights, enough to cause a tough soul to wither, battling to keep shining bright, only burning dim. Thank you. Of safety shows its face when least expected. Yeah, it found me hiding, lost and living with my pain. There's a family waiting just to show you you're accepted. Yeah. Sparkling dust Thanks, y'all.
More good music from the Gary Lawrence Show, recorded live at the Railyard Live Festival in Rogers, Arkansas. We heard The River Song, Medulla Oblongata, and Family, all Gary Lawrence originals. When we come back after this break, renowned traditional folk musician, writer, and step dancer Aubrey Atwater explores the origin and meaning of the traditional folk song, The Old Woman and the Pig. This is Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome back to Ozark Highlands Radio. In this week's guest host segment, our old friend Aubrey Atwater digs deep into the meaning of an old folk song. Here's Aubrey.
There was an old woman and she had a little pig. Was an old woman, she had a little pig. Didn't cost much 'cause it wasn't very big. The little pig caused a lot of harm. The little pig caused a lot of harm, running all about the farm. The little pig died from want of breath. The little pig died from want of breath. Wasn't that an awful death?
That was Little Pig, sung by Ann Albin in Anchorage, Kentucky in 1972, from the Max Hunter Folk Song Collection, an archive of over 1,600 primarily Ozark songs recorded between 1956 and 1976. Here, renowned folk singer Peggy Seeger finishes the story with her version in 1962.
The old woman, she wept and cried, oink, oink, oink. The old woman, she wept and cried, then she lay down and died, oink, oink, oink. The old man died for want of grief, oink, oink, oink. The old man died for want of grief, wasn't that a great relief, oink, oink, oink. There they lay all 1, 2, 3, oink, oink, oink. There they lay all 1, 2, 3, the man and the woman and the little piggy, oink, oink, oink.
I've known this song ever since I met Kentucky folk singer and dulcimer player Gene Ritchie in 1992, and have often wondered about its backstory and whether it's funny, sad, dark, a spoof on old tragic ballads, or all of the above. Folks sometimes tell me they remember the song from childhoods in places like North Carolina or Connecticut, Canada, Mississippi, Maryland, with a variety of titles and other choruses in addition to the ones you heard, like Chemo, Nero, Hero, or Go Find My True Love, or Dum Deedle Dum Dee. Recently, I found a root source for the song, Betty Pringle's Pig, a story in verse from an English book published in 1784 called, long-windedly, Gammer Gurton's Garland, or The Nursery Parnassus, a choice collection of pretty songs and verses for the amusement of all little good children who can neither read nor run. The story appears to be even older, however, with mid-18th century Anglo-Irish writer Oliver Goldsmith's A Dirge. Quote, Little Betty Winkle, she had a pig. It was a little pig, not very big. When he was alive, he lived in clover, but now he's dead, and that's all over. Just how an old English story turned into a song and made its way to North America may remain a mystery. The song, likely part of oral tradition that folks from England, Ireland, and Scotland brought to the New World, clearly had staying power, and as it traveled from person to person, place to place, many versions developed. Here's a story from Jean Ritchie, born in Viper, Kentucky, the youngest of 14 in a well-known Scots-Irish family. Her sister May, the oldest, was the first to have a big wedding in 1919, 3 years before Jean was born. Here Jean writes in her 1955 memoir, The Singing Family of the Cumberlands. There was an old woman, and she had a little pig, was a family favorite and a wonderful baby rocking song. And here Jean quotes her sister May, who was marrying a Belgian man named Leon Deschamps. We got married in our front yard in the spring. Neighbors, kin, and friends came from far and wide, and everyone was laughing and visiting. But I was wondering where on earth the preacher was. The day got longer, dinner got on the table, and still no preacher. I was dressed in my wedding clothes, so nervous I thought I'd go out of my head. We were supposed to be leaving for our honeymoon. Finally, when I was about to burst out crying, some of the men rode down to find out about the preacher. Turned out someone was dying, and he had to stay by the bedside. So the men searched around, and the only preacher they could find was grubbing in his new ground. He said, "I can't come to a wedding. I'm a grubbin'." They had to beg him to come, and then he wanted to wash and put on clean clothes. No time for fuss and frills, they told him. These people have to get married and catch their train. So he stood up all sweaty and dirty among the fine dresses and read the marriage words. After he pronounced us married, everyone was quiet, like there was something else to happen. Finally, someone said, "There ought to be some kind of music." Up spoke Jewel. She and Pauline were the two least ones then. "Me and Pauline will sing. We know a song about, there was an old woman and she had a little pig. We know it all the way through." Everyone laughed and thought that was a fine song. So Jewel and Pauline, dressed alike in blue-checked gingham dresses, stood prettily under the snowball bush and shouted out the tragic tale. Their red hair shone in the sun, and their cheeks blushed from being bashful. They started out brave and loud, got littler and lower, almost stopped, but folks got to humming along, so they finished, all to the embarrassment of the family and the great entertainment of the guests. Here's Jean singing the song in 1957.
There was no woman and she had a little pig. There was no woman and she had a little pig. There was no woman and she had a little pig. Didn't cost much cause it wasn't very big. Now this old woman kept the pig in the barn. Now this old woman kept the pig in the barn. Now this old woman kept the pig in the barn. Prettiest little thing she had on the farm. Now this old woman fed the pig on clover. Now this old woman fed the pig on clover. This old woman fed the pig on clover. It laid down and died all over. The little old woman, she died of grief. The little old woman, she died of grief. Little old woman, she died of grief. Wasn't that a sad relief? The little old man, he sobbed inside. The little old man, he sobbed inside. Little old man, he sobbed inside. Then he too laid down and died. Well, that was the end of the 1, 2, 3. Well, that was the end of the 1, 2, 3. That was the end of the 1, 2, 3. Man and the woman and the little piggy. The good old book lies on the shelf. Good old book lies on the shelf. The good old book lies on the shelf. If you want any more, you can sing it yourself.
Let's close out our show this week with a couple more original songs from the Gary Lawrence Show, recorded on stage in Rogers, Arkansas, starting with a song called Fault.
I've been blank-headed. I'm gonna shed my skin. Watch these muscles swim away. Looking up at cloudy days. Well, all my fingertips are feeling the way. All this thinking been driving me insane, but I guess it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Oh, I've been changing up too much. Steady losing touch. Yeah, I do my best to keep my cool. I guess I'm a fool. Well, I can't think of anything to say. I used to be so poetic. I guess I've gone and let it swim away. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. But I've been changing. I've been changing up too much. Steady losing touch. Yeah. Hell, I just can't do nothing right. I sit around alone at night thinking it's all my fault. It's all my fault. I've been changing up too much. Steady losing touch. Yeah. Thanks very much, y'all. I wish that I could get depressed like the rich kids, with mom and papa's wealthy hand to hold. Someone to pick me off the gravel when I slip in. Instead I'm sitting still and getting stoned. My mom hype man's telling me I ain't getting it right. Too bad that laughing hypocrite lives in my dome. I get a shake, it sets a quake into my scarred up skin. I'm leaking sound from down beneath my bones. And I stole it from myself. I write words down, cause I feel like it might help. Yes, my best friend loved me cause he called me a... I can't relate to this, but I heard I'm good with mine. I'm in debt from a neck-breaking blindside hit. I can take a few licks, I'm sure I'll heal in time. It's like a sonnet can aid my health. Ask me if I know myself, I can't tell. So maybe I'll lie, say it's going fine. How's about pretending that you're having a good time? Shining with a beacon of a smile, trying to keep the feeling for a while. Somebody shook my spine and tried to steal my prime. I'll ride on that sensation with a pride in a warped mind, shining with a beacon of a smile, trying to keep the feeling for a while. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll be real about this. I really woke up pissed. Some type of virus been keeping me ill. It's got me hacking to spit. I'm having to pocket my fist before I separate the window from the windowsill. Some sort of landlord dude said he won't let me rent. He got some preconceived notion on the way I live. I got nothing to show for all the money I spent, 'cause I've been burning all my and I got nothing left to give, and I've stolen from myself. I write words down 'cause I feel like it might help. It's like a sonnet, ain't my help. Ask me if I know myself, I can't tell. So maybe I'll lie, say it's going fine. How's about pretending that you're having a good time, shining with a beacon of a smile, trying to keep the feeling for a while. But somebody shook my spine and tried to steal my prime. I'll ride on that sensation with a pride in a warped mind, shining with a beacon of a smile, trying to keep the feeling for a while. Yeah, yeah. So maybe I'll lie and say it's going fine. How's about pretending that you're having a good time, shining with a beacon of a smile, trying to keep the feeling for a while. Somebody shook my spine and tried to steal my prime. I'll ride on that sensation with a pride in a warped mind, shining with a beacon of a smile, trying to keep the feeling for a while. Yeah.
We're finishing up this week's show with two more songs written and performed by Eureka Springs, Arkansas musician Gary Lawrence and his band. They played Fault, followed by Good Time. Thanks for listening to our show. I hope we see you back here next week for more good music and folklore. This is your host, Dave Smith. Bye, everybody.
Ozark Highlands Radio is produced by Jeff Glover. Executive producer is Darren Dorton. Additional support for this program comes from Arkansas State Parks, a division of the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism, with 52 unique reasons to visit the natural state. On the web at arkansasstateparks.com. The Committee of 100 proudly supporting the Ozark Folk Center State Park since 1974. And by Stone Bank with roots in Mountain View, Arkansas. Stone Bank is a proud supporter of heritage musicians and small towns across America, with government-guaranteed loans for farmers, entrepreneurs, and communities. More information available at stonebank.com. For information on upcoming shows and events, we are on the web at ozarkhighlandsradio.com. Until next time, I'm Donna Farrar.